What's up, guys? I'm Riven,
And I'm
and
Talos.
we're the Studley Boys. And we just got done watching the EA Play Live 2020 press conference, and we thought we'd record a quick breakdown on some of the stuff that we saw. If you want to watch the full reaction video, we'll leave the link down in the description. And as always, we'll leave the timestamps and the links to the trailers down below. Let's get on with the breakdown.
Let's do this.
All right, we're going to cover the first one. We're going to try to go in order with this one. So, Apex Legends, crossplay coming along with debuts on Steam and Switch.
That's pretty big news. Like we talked about this while we're in our live reaction video about how a lot of these games are going for the cross play platform, and it makes sense that Apex Legends is going to be the next one to fall suit with that. Yeah, according to this article, it just says there's a new limited time mode, Lost Treasures, for the current 5th season of the game, and that's going to be dropping out this Tuesday, June 23rd. So definitely, if you guys are into that, there's more gameplay for you there.
Yep. This next generation, crossplay is going to be like a really, really big one, and that's like I would say like an overlying theme with this current press conference. Yeah, EA is going really, really big with the whole crossplay thing.
Yes.
Okay, so one of the bigger things that EA announced in this press conference is their partnership with Steam. Now, according to this, EA partnering with Steam, along with Sims 4, EA proudly touted a large number of additional titles finally being brought to Steam.
Now, for those that may not know, EA also has their own platform called Origins, but for many years it hasn't been doing very well. So the fact that they're partnering up with Steam is big news.
So EA hits like Battlefield 5, Dragon Age Inquisition, Need for Speed Heat, Titanfall 2, and Star Wars Battlefront 2 will be available in Steam.
Some other announcements coming out is some EA original titles as well. One of the big reveals that I saw, which if you guys ever play A Way Out, another game coming out is It Takes Two, which is another like co-op style gameplay similar to what we've seen in A Way Out. It talks about a young girl named Rose whose parents are divorcing. But the fact that it's a co-op game is going to be very, very interesting, especially if it takes the same kind of dramatic co-op experience that A Way Out did originally.
Yeah, this looks like a pretty emotional game according to this, though. Fairs described the experience as a wild ride, a roller coaster of emotions that crashes and sends us off into space. Well, I guess like dealing with like childhood divorce and stuff is kind of, it's a bit of a sensitive topic.
And it's kind of a coping mechanism as well. So like, if someone is actually experiencing this kind of emotion, will this game help? It's kind of up in the air.
Yeah. Okay, so they also revealed another game that they're working on, Lost in Random. So according to this, a game from the creators of Fee is like a dark fairy tale right out of Tim Burton movie. In this title, magic land and its people are shaped and changed by a roll of a die. So they didn't really release any gameplay footage for it, but they were talking about like some more behind the scenes type stuff, like what do you call that? Like concept artwork and that kind of stuff.
A lot of artwork, and it is beautifully done. But it would be nice to see a little bit more to it. But they did have a cinematic trailer, but for the most part, it's still kind of confusing of what the real game premise is all about.
Yeah. Okay. So one of the bigger titles that they unveiled was Rocket Arena.
This looks very, very interesting. Like when I saw this, like me and Riven kind of joked around that it might be confused with like Rocket League because it has the name Rocket in there.
From a looks perspective, it certainly does look like Overwatch. It's very bright, very cartoony looking. Like take a look at the character over here. She's
you also have special abilities as well.
Yeah, and the character is obviously not proportioned. It sort of looks similar to like the arena shooters from like the late '90s and early 2000s, like Unreal Tournament and Quake. I think from the trailers they showed, it looked like it was mainly like deathmatch and co-op deathmatch. I don't think there was any like objective based type stuff.
But instead of the whole like dramatic and blood and gore, it was a lot more like family friendly to that regard. So like you said, it's a kind of like a more family friendly version of like Quake.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, there's like 10 characters, and they each have their own abilities. And apparently, the one thing they have in common is that all their weapons are based around like projectiles and rockets and stuff like that. But yeah, each character does have their own ability, and it's a matter of like using the ability the right way at the right time.
So it's like kind of similar to like Valorant. It has like special abilities as well as Overwatch. They also have their own unique abilities. So we didn't get to really see the whole idea, like what each character has, but we did see a small glimpse of that in the cinematic trailer and gameplay that they showed.
Yeah, it also supports crossplay, so yeah, you can definitely play with friends from other consoles. So yeah, crossplay is definitely like the big theme for upcoming generation. EA is like, I consider them like a leader in the market. Because I feel like a lot of people, a lot of game developers, they model their microtransaction models from EA, So
Yeah,
so
see what fails, see what doesn't fail. And
yeah, so they definitely lead the market by example, and I feel like with them promoting crossplay, I feel like other developers would be more open to promoting crossplay with their games. So you never know. I'm just really happy that like a big AAA developer is pushing for for this feature, because we've been asking for it for like a long time now.
Yeah, and I know sometimes EA does kind of miss a step, but sometimes they do have some pretty good ideas, and one of which is this crossplay.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping to see more of this, and of course other developers as well as kind of pushing that for like Minecraft, for example. Overwatch is another example. Valorant is another one. So a lot of players are going, or a lot of developers are going for that experience of crossplay. So, and it makes sense. It's a good step forward.
So Rocket Arena will be coming out July 14th. So keep an eye out for that one.
Yeah, PS4, Xbox One, PC, Steam, to include Origins as well.
Yep. So let's talk about Star Wars Squadron. So pretty much this is like a successor to Star Wars Rogue Squadron and Rogue Leader games. It was like really popular. So Rogue Squadron came out for the N64 and Rogue Leader came out for the GameCube.
Dude, like, okay, first and foremost, they mentioned that you could play the entire single player campaign in VR. Like, I know you're not that big in VR, but for me, I feel like I can use my VR headset, so I'm excited for that. I could probably only play like an hour of the VR before I'll start getting a headache, because these dogfights are going to be insane in VR. Like all the turning around, trying to shoot and aim, looking around commands. Like they showed a little bit of the controls on the cockpit dash, and I was like, you have to like kind of like maintain and like do kind of like I forgot exactly what you're maintaining, but you have to like make sure that you're doing everything correctly in a certain position.
Yeah.
And it looks amazing, and even if you don't play in the VR, it looks good. It looks very, very good.
Yeah. So previous games like Rogue Squadron, Rogue Leader, they're I guess the gameplay is best described as very arcadey. It's just you just control the ship and then you shoot down things, right? But here they introduced like some sort of like resource management regarding the ship. So your ship has like energy, right? And just like the Star Wars movies, right? You can divert the energy to whatever your ship needs it to. Like if you need
shields,
if you need like rear shields, you can take some of the energy and put it to rear shields, right? Or if you need more firepower, you can redirect it to weapons. And stuff like that. And if you need to go faster, you can redirect it to your boosters or something, your engine. I'm guessing if you divert like energy to one aspect of the ship, it takes away from the other aspects. So there's really that energy micromanagement aspect in the game, which adds like a little bit of depth.
Yeah, and of course, if you want to play around with the game as well, there's also cosmetics. There was an Ewok little like bobblehead that you can actually install or place in your dash, and I thought that was a nice touch. That was a very nice touch. Another cool aspect of this as well is the ships as well as these pilots are fully customizable.
Yeah.
So you can unlock various weapons as well, system upgrades, and the amount of customization, whether you're on the light side or the dark side.
And you can play as like different classes of ships, right? I'm guessing each class of ship has their own advantages. Like certain ones are better for dogfighting, and certain ones are better for taking out
Yeah, like I'm looking at this real quick. Fighters, I'm assuming are going to be a lot more balance of the four. Whereas, but they're not an expert on any of the stuff. Whereas interceptors are probably a lot faster, but they're not very strong. Bombers obviously are stronger, but they're slower.
Yeah.
Support obviously they're weaker, but they're there to obviously support. So each have their own advantages and as well as disadvantages.
Yeah. Yeah, so it takes place between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens.
Yes.
When I first watched the trailer, I was expecting they might have added scenarios from the movies, like battles from the movies.
But I don't think so. If it takes place between episode 6 and 7, it sounds like it's all original. Possibly all original.
Right. And one thing I was expecting, they might also release like what do you call that? Like battles from the previous stories as well, from the previous movies. I don't know if they're still going to do that. They might have that as like a extra feature or something.
If anything, they'll show like the impact of what happened in episode 6, and like how the people are coping with the. I get because we assume at the end of episode 6 that's when the dark side falls, but of course, as you know, with episode 7 they rise again. So it kind of shows the struggle between how the dark side fell and how they've risen back to power.
Yeah.
So they might show that.
Yeah. Okay, now let's talk about the online features. This is, I guess, what they're calling it. Its signature mode, right? So let's take a look at the online modes. So Fleet Battles. It's a multi-stage mission that will have a 5-person squadron dogfight in the center of the map. It's like objective based, right? You take out like a smaller ship together, just like in the movies, right? You guys like attack a smaller ship and then move on to like a bigger ship.
When it comes to the very last ship, though, you also need to knock out certain components of that ship, whether it be its lasers, whether it be its radar, and basically before you take out the entire ship, because you can't just take out a massive ship by itself without taking out the small components of that ship. So to me, when I look at that, it just reminds me of the movies, and like reliving those moments are like going to be amazing, especially I think in VR.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about some of the other non-gameplay related stuff. So according to this article, Star Wars Squadron includes single-player multiplayer with no microtransactions. It's funny. This is coming from EA, right? Like if you
this is coming from EA. So this is big news. So
like if you told me this like a couple of years ago, I wouldn't have believed it because EA was known
notorious.
Notorious for including microtransaction into all of its games. It's like become a meme, right?
I mean, it's a possibility that maybe they learned their lesson. I don't know, because like if you think about the other Star Wars game that was also highly successful, 0 microtransaction as well.
Yes. So here's like another interesting thing about this article. They're saying that the game will come out for $40.
Damn, really?
So let's put it all together. $40 game, right? With a full single player. We don't know how long it's going to be, right? Full single player. It's probably going to be short, to be honest. Yes, a full multiplayer. It's going to be
with different modes. There's not just one multiplayer mode. It's like I think 3 different multiplayer modes, but maybe 2. But
full VR support, no microtransactions, and crossplay. The game
and $40.
Yes,
what?
The game does have crossplay, and for $40.
That's crazy.
That's insane coming from EA. That is insane.
I don't know, man.
It almost sounds too good to be true. But
they must have complete faith in this game that it will sell, which from what we saw, we're definitely buying it, me and Riven, but they must have complete faith that this is going to sell tremendously off the roof, because it sounds like a risk to them, because like as a financial person that might be buying into this, like to me, if I think I might think that there's like less sales, less money to be made as an investor, as but I don't know, dude.
I think they're gonna sell well, because for $40 you get all of that. That's like too good to pass up. Like that's an instant. I feel like that's like an instant buy for me, unless the game is like really really bad though.
I mean, from the trailer we saw, it looks great though. But like you said before, it could be limited. like in terms of what we see. So like maybe what we saw in the trailer is the best thing in the game, and maybe it turns out crap. We don't know. Is there a release date on this?
Yeah, according to this article, it's gonna be October 2nd for $40.
Okay.
With crossplay between platforms.
For all consoles and
Yeah.
PC?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
Steam as well, right?
Yeah, Steam. From what I heard, this is the last game that the last Star Wars game that EA has exclusive rights to before they have to
Wow.
renew their contract with Disney. So I think this might be a move to like try to, I guess like try to impress Disney, so they can they can renew their contract.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I believe it.
But for $40, I don't know. This sounds like an amazing deal. But like you said, I think maybe when like a demo comes out and we get like actual gamers playing,
Yeah.
then we might know. But so far it's starting to look like a really really good deal. Last thing on the menu, EA finally actually making a new Skate game.
Yeah, this actually came out as a surprise too. Because we were not expecting a new Skate game because we already had Skate XL coming out. We already had Tony Hawk's coming out.
Yeah,
now we're actually getting a legit Skate 4 coming out from EA.
Yeah. Now, granted, they didn't show any kind of footage, right? They didn't show any
Nothing
fancy trailer or gameplay. It was simply an announcement that they're working on a new game, a new Skate game. So yeah, we don't have much to work on, but yeah, it's definitely interesting.
But at least it's been confirmed because if you know, Skate 3 has been hugely successful, and people have been like buying up Skate 3, even though the game is roughly 5-6 years old, I think.
Yeah, they said Skate 3 was in 2010.
Yeah, so a long time. Yeah, 10 years, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So what do you think? You looking forward to this one? I feel like we're gonna be spoiled in terms of skating games. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be definitely a competition between Tony Hawk's Skate XL and Skate 4. I don't think Skate 4 is coming out this year, so at least we're going to have experience Tony Hawk's and what is it called?
Skate XL. Yeah.
To kind of compare. But like we talked about in the live reaction video, skating videos is definitely stepping up. And I just find it kind of weird that it just happens now that skate games are starting to be more relevant and coming back. So
yeah.
But I don't know. Like it feels like they timed it somehow. It's like conspiracy theory. But
right. It's all coming out at the same time.
Yeah, dude. What is it called? Game theory. Make some kind of like theory about this. Like, why is it all this happening all of a sudden? You know what I mean? Matt, Pat, I'm watching it. I'm looking for that video.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's like a simple explanation. Like it's just all coincidence.
I know, but it just feels weird. But regardless, I'm excited because I'm a skater at heart. I used to skate back in the day when I was much younger. But obviously I don't skate much anymore. I don't have time to and practice and whatnot. But I still love the idea of skating with your friends and whatnot, and just cruising around and doing tricks and busting ollies and kick flips and all that.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. Let us know what you guys think of the press conference and comment down below. What games are you guys looking forward to? You can always support our channel by liking and subscribing.
And also, too, guys, be on the lookout for our next episode of the Study News Network sometime, hopefully tomorrow.
This is Riven and Talos signing out. See you guys later.
All right, there you guys.